fave vids of the year just because of my orange bias, and I think this is like the most orange thing that Apple currently makes. I was just in LA checking out the release of the new Mac Mini, the MacBook Pro, obviously the M4 iMac, which you see here. So one of the big differences for this is a minor color refresh. So when I was checking them out, the big differences I saw were pink was more pink this year. Blue and green were also different, but the orange has been updated. And since I do have a bit of a color addiction, you can actually see the last gen, which I have kind of side by side. Unfortunately, we are shifting away from orange and going to more pastel, which is such a shame. You can kind of see the last gen, it's more of like a truer orange, whereas the new one, it's a bit more reddish, it's a bit more pink, and that's the same for the aluminum that you see on the back, as well as onto the chin. Can't believe we're doing this. We're comparing colors of orange. Once again, on the chin you see that, and of course on the peripherals, which are coated in that aluminum as well, this is just a bit lighter. So Apple, if you ever watch this, if you ever want an expert on what a real orange looks like, hit me up. So with colors out of the way, let me know what your fave was. I know that you can get every color for every option, so that's from the base. So it comes in 7 different options. So silver, orange of course, the blue, the green, the yellow, the pink, and the purple. Let me know which one you would get. The second big thing, I guess, for the peripherals, which you see, so these are finally USB-C. They're the exact same design. We've just changed the port. So depending on what orientation you can get one with numpad, one with Touch ID. You still have, of course, controversial, the Magic Mouse. I've never been the biggest fan. I find that it's sometimes like too low to the desk. You can get all your gestures in, but that weird thing when it does charge, of course, braided cable now, USB-C on both sides. When that is charging, you cannot use the mouse because the charging port is on the bottom. But other than that, the unboxing experience, once again, super pleasant. It's one of my fave things to unbox just because of the amount of orange. There are less disposable plastics. There is a cleaning cloth as Apple kind of shifts to carbon neutrality. Unfortunately, no more stickers and a lot more cardboard that you can recycle, which is super nice. That is it for the box. In terms of physical changes, we still have the same 24-inch 4.5K Retina display. It now has the option to get Nano Texture on it. So that is found on the iPad Pro, the new MacBook Pros, and now coming to the iMac. So if you are someone that likes to have a matte display, kind of anti-reflection, anti-glare, I'll bring up both. You can see my older one with a ton of fingerprints and kind of leaning it up towards the studio lights. There's a pretty big difference. You can see here just on the A-roll cam how much less light that reflects. So I will say the standard glass looks deeper, more saturated. The black levels obviously are more black. I am someone that is more team standard glass, but if you want that option, you can pay an extra $200 to get the Nano Texture finish, which is a nice little option to have. So on the back, if you get the base model, that only has 2 ports. Those are USB-C Thunderbolt 4, but if you go for the mid-range option, which I think my recommended spec, which I'll leave on screen, is the mid-range base level. That makes sense. That'll come with the 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, obviously the M4. You cannot spec this with like an M4 Pro or M4 Max. 16 gigs of RAM. The base storage RAM for actually all of Apple's computers have now been up to that base level of 16 gigs. That will really help with Apple Intelligence. 256 gigs of storage. If you want, you could get more, but I wouldn't recommend it since this is a desktop. You can just buy storage for literally like half or a third of the price than what Apple charges. That's the spec that I would go for. That's $14.99 Canadian dollars. Unfortunately, our exchange, not the greatest. But powering on the device, you still have that magnetic cable, power cable, which I really like. Once again, that braided orange, I'll say that's peach, and then you can just essentially flip that around, and to start up the computer, you got the little power button, and of course, actually that headphone jack on that side as well. And you can see the computer booting up. We've got the new wallpapers, and right away you can see about this computer, the Mac M4. This one has 32 gigs of RAM. If you've got that extra money to upgrade the RAM, that would be nice. Obviously, everything is soldered, and the newest, or I guess the last addition to this, we have a new front-facing camera. This has been upgraded to the 12 megapixel center stage camera, which we see across most Apple products now, so you can use this better for things like FaceTime, and obviously if you have multiple people in the frame, that will help track you using some sort of AI algorithm. It also has desk view, so if you want to share things on your desk, it's a bit kind of facing the front, but for example, if I put the peripherals here, if I have my keyboard, mouse, a true pair of orange headphones, I can share that with the person that I'm on FaceTime with. So in terms of performance, the M4 is around like 25% better than M3. Is it the biggest like leap and upgrade? Honestly, if you already have, M3, probably even M2, I don't think you need to make the upgrade unless you really want that nano texture, unless you're a true pastel fan and like the lighter colors. And obviously, I wouldn't say that the front-facing camera is worth an upgrade, but it's something to note. If you're coming from like an Intel-based iMac, those are pretty old now. M1 has been out now for a couple of years. This is definitely a worthy thing to check out. What I really like about the iMac line, it's obviously an all-in-one, which I like. The Mac Mini, which I think is awesome value, you still need an extra monitor, you still need extra peripherals. If you're like brand new to the Mac space, you have nothing else, you have no screen, no keyboard, no mouse, I think the iMac is a great option if you don't need to travel with something. If you just need something from your room, your office, and all-in-one, the screen is really great. I think it could be, a pretty solid option. We edited a couple videos on this already. For social media stuff, scrubbing through timelines is great. This is really for your, day-to-day productivity tasks, browsing the net, just doing what most people do, and you have a lovely 24-inch display. So that's really it for the iMac. If I were to pick between the three computers that Apple launched, I still got to give it to the Mac Mini. Obviously, I am a MacBook Pro user, just being really mobile. I travel a lot, having something that powers the channel, that would be my second option. I'm really never stationary too much. The iMac would be my third option. I am sad that Apple is kind of moving away from what I think could be a potential option for like true orange, but I'm sure there aren't too many people that are as fanatic about the color as I am. This will live on the orange wall. This will actually be my third iMac for the collection. I hope no one else is as crazy. If you want any more questions around the iMac, let me know. I'll kind of answer them in the comments. That is the updated M4 iMac with Nano Texture Display. I'll catch the rest of you in my next vids. Peace.